A first of its kind in Canadian cancer care. A patient in New Brunswick received immunotherapy at home. Here's a shot of it in just minutes as a quick under-the-skin injection. So for people living with lung cancer, this marks a major turning point in treatment. Joining us this morning is VP of Medical and Regulatory Affairs at Roche Canada, Dr. Daniel Edgecombe, to explain what it means for patients and the future of cancer care. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
This is an incredible story. For anybody who's being treated or who's part of a care team, this is a game changer. Can you explain how the under-the-skin injection works, like the mechanics of it, and then what it means for care?
Sure. So this is an injection that's given under the skin. So if you've ever had an injection through the vein, it can be a bit of a painful procedure trying to find the vein. And,
right.
So you don't have all that. And then it's quicker, it's more comfortable, and it uses a type of treatment called immunotherapy, which means that we use the patient's own immune system to attack the cancer cells. This is a first in Canada for this kind of injection immune therapy as cancer treatment to be delivered in a patient's home.
This is something they've been researching for a while, they've been promising for a long time, but to see it happen and to have that patient receive it is just remarkable. We want to show a little bit more of the treatment here at home. Can you walk us through a little bit more? Like, what are we looking at here? This is a scan of their lung, I'm assuming, ahead of time?
Yeah, and what really excites me about this project, Anne-Marie, is it's really transforming the way that we deliver care. I've worked as a physician, as a healthcare systems manager, a hospital executive, and now at Roche, and I've seen it firsthand, the pressures that hospitals are under. And by really thinking differently about the way that we collaborate, and we actually can transform the way that we deliver care in Canada, even though it's very difficult.
Let's talk about, I love that from the perspective of, you know, somebody who's done all the roles that you've done, but let's talk about the patients. What does this mean for them as they're fighting cancer?
Yeah, so I think important to say every patient's journey is unique, and I wouldn't want to speak for patients, but some of the things we've heard, for example, are the travel time, the inconvenience. You know what it's like if you have to go to a hospital when you're already sick, when you're already unwell, travel, park,
or you find
time.
people who have to drive you.
Yeah, find people that have to drive you, rely on caregivers. It has a big impact on people's lives beyond that of the disease. And so one of the things we've really heard from some of our patients is that getting that time back in their day is really important. They get hours back in their day and they get days back in their life. And they get care in a way that makes most sense for them.
What kind of feedback have you heard as this has been released, as people discover that this is happening?
Yeah, so the study's in super early days.
Yeah.
But in general, these are the kinds of things we hear from patients. And it really shows when we take an approach to delivering care which is centered on patients and their needs. But this didn't happen by accident, right?
Yeah.
And
Tell me how it happened.
Yeah, so this only came about because of, I'm really proud of the work that Roche has done and our team, but it requires partnership. This kind of health transformation is really difficult. And so we've had research in New Brunswick, we've had Horizon Health, Dr. Abdul Salam and Jennifer Shields, we've had the home care program in New Brunswick working together. It seems like a simple thing, but it actually takes a lot of effort and work and partnership. And it requires us to think differently about that. And it's only because of the work of all these really excellent partners we can only take a bit of credit. It's really Horizon Health's work.
Well, for sure. You know, you mentioned early on that this is a specific type, one patient, specific type of cancer, and of course every cancer journey is different. But there's going to be people who are watching this thinking, like, when can I have access to this? So when will we see it start to transform care for cancer?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. So cancer is complicated. It's not one disease. There are different types. Even within types of cancer, there are different treatments. These days, the treatments for cancer are getting more and more precise and targeted. So this study in New Brunswick is small. It's only going to enroll up to 20 patients, but we're going to learn a lot from it. We're going to learn about how you can change the way we deliver care. How can we actually make it happen so that patients can receive cancer treatment at home more broadly? We're going to learn about what it means for patients. We're going to learn about what it means for the system and the healthcare providers. And I hope that we're going to be able to use those learnings we'll publish them or share them with others, and that's going to enable us to drive this kind of change across Canada. Wouldn't it be cool if patients could receive cancer treatment at home, not just as part of the study, but all the hospitals in New Brunswick, all the provinces and territories in Canada?
As part of our healthcare program in this country would be amazing. Dr. Edgecombe, great to have you here. I can see how excited you are, and for good reason. It's an exciting development. Thank you.
Thanks for having us. And this really is not about a new medicine or a treatment, right? It's about a new way of thinking, a new mindset. And if we have the open-minded collaboration, we really can transform the way that we deliver healthcare in Canada.
If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.